Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to the VBH Lunch Break. I'm Steve Cole here with you today on a Monday. We've got a great show for you lined up. We're starting a different format. We're staying live on Instagram at noon, but we've got individuals from the team going to come in and give you updates from their lanes, so it should be exciting. Today's special guest is our very own Paul Bill. He's our employment director. He's going to talk to us about what's going on in the employment space in the Charlotte metro region. While we're waiting for him to come on with us live, got a few updates. So 701, that's the number of veterans that we've helped this year with 1,316 services. So that's a lot. Our team is hanging in there. Dwayne and Bryce are fielding those calls and taking those notes off our website. But if you or a veteran that you know needs any help, make sure that you reach out to veteransbridgehome.org. Check out our website. It'll go straight into our team, and they'll be able to help you. And shout out to our friends at Old Armor Beer Company. Thanks for joining us today out there. You know, if you go on their website, you can find out when they're serving beer in a social distancing way, but great to support a veteran-owned business up there north of Charlotte in Kannapolis, I believe. So, you know, drink a beer and help a business out. You know, do your part. Paul, again, is our employment director. We're going to talk to Paul about what's going on from his viewpoint in the veteran employment space. It is one of our top needs, and so Paul's going to give us a little bit more. Hey, there he is, Paul Bill. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. Yeah, after navigating this, I was on my laptop.
No worries. Sorry about that. Yeah, got to go from the phone.
That's all right. Thanks for teaching an old dog new tricks.
Hey, no, it's great. And you know, the good news is that Nicole French jumped right in, and so we got a quick interview with her, sort of out of nowhere. So, Paul, COVID-19, how's that affecting veterans in the workforce from what you see?
Yeah, so there's a few things going on. One, the active duty folks that are heading out, the military's given them a little reprieve and allowing them to stay an extra 2-3 months. So that's helping them not get into the job market right during COVID. The other thing is some of the seasonal, I would call seasoned jobs that, you know, kind of higher level jobs, they're putting them on hold. They're not interviewing them because that's something that takes a culture fit, and people got to meet each other and they want to do face-to-face and shaking hands, and it's really hard to do that virtual. What I am seeing on the positive side is, one, HR people have more time, so a little bit more time so they can have discussions. They're still doing some relationship building, and there's a lot of COVID, what I call seasonal positions, where if you're out of work for a period of time, you could still find some work.
Yeah, I'm always reminded of a veteran that was in job transition for a while, finally just, you know, swallowed his pride a little bit, took a job in a retail space, and worked in that retail space, got promoted twice and into back to the corporate headquarters. So, you know, there is a path for people sometimes. You know, some of those organizations kind of want you to see what life is like on the front lines. So, yeah. You know, if you're sometimes the job today is better than the perfect job tomorrow, especially if you need to put some bread on the table and make some money. So if I don't have the job that I want, or if I'm not in the job that I want, or I'm not employed, what can I do now to be ready for post COVID-19?
Yeah. So one of the things I mentioned earlier was about relationships. There's still an opportunity to develop relationships. You know, if you're not really fluent on LinkedIn, there's plenty of opportunities to learn about LinkedIn. Great time where you're sitting around. More people are tuned into LinkedIn. I talk to a lot of HR people, and they use LinkedIn a lot. So that's one piece. Use your other, you know, connections or relationships. Let them know that you're looking, and, you know, have those conversations. People, again, they're at home more. Yeah, you might have to put up with the dog and the kid, but they're having those conversations. There's probably some training you can do online. There's some virtual training. A lot of platforms support some good training, and people are starting to learn how to use the technology. I think the other piece you kind of mentioned is, a job now is better than a good job 6 months from now. So get out there. Even I tell job seekers, COVID or not, go volunteer. Volunteer in something that you love doing, right? So, you're not going to be paying the big bucks, but get into something that fits well with you, and then you'll start meeting people. You'll start having those conversations, and I think those things just promote additional conversations that can lead to the position you're looking for.
Yeah, yeah. If I am looking for support from Veterans Bridge Home, how can I reach out to you? What's the best way for veterans who find themselves in need for employment support? What should they do?
Yeah, so we have a platform called NC Serves. It's a great place to register. You can register on NC Serves Metrolina, which covers our Mecklenburg County and the 10 or 12 surrounding counties. You could go to our website, Veterans Bridge Home. There's a registration there.
Just get assistance button there at the top right. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Some basic information that we need from you, because obviously I'm sharing your resume, which is PI, information. So I want to make sure that we get your acknowledgement, and that's the best way. You could always, send me a note on LinkedIn, and I could share that registration and all that with you. But once we get you, because the thing is, Steve, we realize that even though you're looking for employment, there's good chance you need one or two other things we can help you with.
Yep, yep. Well, so we've heard a lot of sort of bleak news, just generally speaking, and the employment scene's not great. But what kind of good news do you have in the employment front? What's the hopefulness out there?
Yeah, well, there are obviously companies that are doing really, really well right now. Manufacturing companies that have to make masks, right? The Purells of the world that have to make hand sanitizers. I mean, there are some, folks that have converted their, I think I've seen some paper product manufacturers, and they turned it into making masks and other things. So there's some really good opportunities out there. I heard a story of someone who was working at a restaurant. Of course, restaurants aren't open during COVID, and she got a job at Lowe's. And now she's, something that you would have never thought of. So what an opportunity to kind of reconsider, not storing a lot of people away from restaurants, but that's some positive stuff. I think the other thing is again, we're coming down to week 5, 6, and people are starting to figure this out, and they're starting to go, hey, we're going to get out of this pretty soon, and they're going to want to, kind of move forward and have those conversations. So I think there's what I feel like there's been time to reflect. You've had some self-reflection in the sense of getting more clarity of what you want to do. And boy, nothing's worse than a veteran who's struggling, and he has to make his 30-second elevator speech, and he has no idea what he wants to do. So I think, take advantage of this what I call space and time, and get clear on what you want to do.
Yeah, that's great advice. I think that was the hardest thing for me, was like when I was looking for work, when I got out of the military, I was like, I can do anything, and I can do anything isn't really specific.
Yeah,
and
a little bit broad.
Yeah, nobody's hiring the I can do anything guy.
Yeah. So and I encourage folks to get on Indeed and Glassdoor, and even if it's not in Charlotte, and show me job descriptions that really fit for you. And so, you have a little bit more time, obviously, commutes and things. And so, use that time to your advantage.
Yeah, work that network, figure out what it is you want to do, work on yourself, work on your LinkedIn profile. Those are all great pieces of advice. Paul, thanks for joining us today. Sorry for I didn't probably poop you up enough, but it was great having you anyway.
We got it down. Yeah.
Don't forget go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I just wanted to leave you with one last thing is we're going to get out of this COVID. So you got to be starting to think about what's the future, what's the next step. So yeah, but thanks for having me.
No, this is great. So everybody, tomorrow noon, VBH lunch break with our VBH captain, Alex Vinker. It's going to be more of what we've been doing the last couple of weeks. So just a fun interview with a cool veteran from Charlotte. In the meantime, everybody stay safe, stay healthy, and be the bridge. Take care.